Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make loops in Logic using my own personal drum sample pack. These drum samples are samples that I've collected through the years. Some I have created on my own, but I'm going to be showing you how to make loops using these samples. So stay tuned. Let's get it. So this video is for musicians specifically who are trying to learn how to make loops. You're on Instagram, you're on YouTube, and you hear these killing loops from musicians, and you're like, how do you make loops? I hear claps, I hear shakers, I hear tambourines, but how do I make a loop sound full? How do I do this? With my drum sample pack, you're going to be able to do that, and I'm going to show you how. Alright, so I'm going to be walking you guys through my process of creating drum samples for church, for Sunday mornings, and I'm going to show you what I typically do. And the only samples that I'm going to be using today is premium church samples. If you want access to the samples that I'm going to be using in this video tutorial, click the link below and it will give you access to it. So I'm going to pull up premium church samples. I'm going to double click on it. But let's say that you just got Logic and you don't know how to load in your drum samples that you just got. You're going to go in Logic and you're going to go to Sampler. And this is the updated Logic. So in order for this to properly work, you're going to have the updated Logic. If you have the older Logic, you're going to be using the EX24 sampler. You're going to go to the folder where you have the premium church ready drum samples at. You're going to Command A, select everything, and drag it over. You're going to see chromatic map pop up. Once you have that chromatic map popped up, it's going to drag everything and assign it to a note. The song that I'm going to be creating a loop to is going to be A Reason to Dance. It's a praise and worship song, super high energy, so I'm going to show you my process. So whenever I need to create a loop, the first thing 99.9% of times I do, I always start with the shakers first. The shakers is what gives songs and loops that movement that it needs to drive. So I usually start with the shakers first, and that typically benefits me well. Double click shakers right there, and I'm going to hit the grid, Command A. That's going to select everything, and I'm going to quantize it by pressing Q. Let's make sure it sounds good. Press the Option key, click on it, and drag it over. That's going to duplicate it, so it's 4 measures, and then we're going to press J and join it. Now we're going to engage the next element of this loop. I'm going to double click this thing at the top. Next thing we're going to add to this loop, I'm going to add a clap to it. All right, I'm going to click on the clap right here. Click the grid, Command A, quantize. One of the biggest things with creating loops, you're going to always want to make sure that loop is locked to the grid. 99.9% of times, you're going to want to make sure it's locked to the grid. The reason why is because the loop is kind of like that metronome. The metronome is what keeps the drummer on pace. It keeps the whole entire band locked. So we got shakers and clap right now. The next thing I'm going to add is, let's add a bongo to this. And the whole thing we're trying to do with this loop is make it move. We want to make it feel good. So I'm going to turn that bongo down right there. And you may be asking, how did you choose to make the bongos move like that, and how did you decide the rhythm you wanted to play? It's more of a feel thing. So whenever you're creating a loop, you're going to always, again, you're going to want to make that loop move. Without the music, you want to, when you hear that loop, you're going to want to dance. So always think about, how can I make this loop move, and how can I make it fit in with the music? If you're just tuning into this video and you want access to these samples that I'm using, click the link below and you can get access to these. Now that we have the foundation of this loop, we got shakers, we got claps, We got bongos. It's already moving already. Now we're going to start adding like some of the icing on the cake. I'm going to start adding even some more perk stuff to it. Everything that I'm adding at this point is just going to enhance what's already there. We're going to keep this cowbell super simple. It's going to be there, but it's not going to be all up in your face. The bongos are taking care of that. Now we are going to add a kick. The concept is still the same. We want the loop to move, so the kick is going to drive it some more. The last thing we are going to add to this loop is going to be a tambourine. What I like to do with tambourines typically is stack them on top of the claps. That is how you create a loop in Logic Pro X using premium drum samples. This product is going to be an amazing product for producers, musicians in church, musicians on tour. If you need access to quality samples, you got to check out this product. The link will be below in the description. Checking out this video. I hope that this video helped you out in some way. Please hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. When you hit the like button, it shoots the video up in the algorithm and it helps more people to see it. Like this video and subscribe and share with someone.